Hi, hello my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I probably have a lot of explaining to do, but I won't explain any of it. I literally went from posting every single week to cold turkey just not posting anything. And a lot has gone on, but I will be explaining that in another video that I'm working on right now, so y'all are gonna have to be patient. But for today, I'm doing a Valentine's Day look. Now, you can do this makeup look whether you're going out with your boo for Valentine's Day, or if you don't have a boo, you're just going out and you're treating yourself with your girls, or maybe you're just staying at home and chugging that bottle of wine that's been sitting in your closet and crying to all the boys on Netflix. The last one sounds a lot like me. So if you're wondering, this is all red, not because my lips are chapped, but because I just waxed my upper lip because I was starting to look like El Chapo's daughter. We don't want that. That's not a cute look. Not for Valentine's Day. You ain't gonna be nobody's Valentine. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with my eyebrows, and I'm using precisely my brow pencil from Benefit. Do y'all remember your first Valentine? Mine was a flop. I remember I had a huge crush on this guy in 5th grade, I want to say. That was like my first actual crush. Let's call him Brad. So in 5th grade, I still looked like a potato.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no.
I didn't start glowing up till like maybe 6th grade. I still had the cute chubby cheeks and all the extra fat, and a lot of girls were developing a lot earlier than me, and I was still walking around with mosquito bites. In 5th grade, I used to sit straight across from Chad. Chad used to be very mean to me. In fact, I think he saw me as one of the boys. There was another girl that sat at our table. Let's call her Angie. Angie is one of those girls that is already getting those A cups going. When I had negative B cups, I was just one of those late bloomers. So anyways, Valentine's Day was coming up. By the way, I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light, and I'm mixing it with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Creamy Beige. And I thought, I want to declare my love to Chad. Why? I don't know, it's Valentine's Day, it's around the corner, it's romantic, maybe something will happen. Maybe he'll like me back. However, knowing that I looked like a potato, I knew that probably wasn't going to happen. So I wrote an anonymous letter, and I don't know what made me think that he would assume that it's me. Basically, it came along the lines of, "Dear Chad, I am secretly in love with you. You have no idea who I am, but will you be my Valentine?" So I remember at the end of the day, before we all left school, I shoved it in his desk so that he could find the next day. The next day, I show up to the class, I get in my seat, and he's not even in his seat yet. And my heart is pounding out of my chest. And I'm already thinking, you done fucked up. And at this point, I have two options. One, I wait, or two, I take the letter out of his desk right now. So I'm thinking about it. 5 minutes goes by, he hasn't gotten there. So I decide, I'm gonna take this shit out. This is a bad idea. So as I'm reaching over to his desk, he walks in, so I literally have to slam myself back in my seat. Mind you, the other kids at my table were just arriving as well, so this makes me look very sus. And it seems to me that Angie knew what I was doing. I'm taking my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm trying to get a natural look on the eyes because I'm going with bold lips. So I'm taking this color right here, and I don't know what it's called. So he gets to his seat, and as he's starting to pull out stuff from his desk to get started for the day, he pulls out a loosely folded paper from his desk, and out is the letter. He is looking at it in such disbelief, and he's looking around at the rest of us, and one of the kids says, "What's that?" So he explains that there's a love note of somebody asking to be his Valentine, and reads it aloud to the whole table. At this point, I'm having the first anxiety attack of my entire life. I am looking at this boy who I am deeply in love with in the 5th grade, being 10 years old, and I'm hoping that he doesn't know it's me. But there's also that other part of me that wants him to know it's me, so that we can strike up our relationship and get married one day and have 5 kids and die alone together. But here's what happens. Angie starts to look straight at me, and at this point I know that she knows that I wrote the letter. I'm hyperventilating because she's probably gonna say she knows who did it. So she looks at Chad and she says,
I wrote the letter.
They became boyfriend and girlfriend a week later. So now I'm going in with this dark brown, making like a little wing, but like a smoky wing. My first Valentine was also a flop, like my first real Valentine. This was like the beginning of high school, and it was like my first actual relationship, and we are going to call him Ryan. So I had met Ryan in the summer, and we had become friends, and we were friends for a good, I want to say 6 months before we actually started dating. At this point, we were dating for 3 months. So Ryan and I lived in the same neighborhood, and every morning sweet old Ryan used to go pick me up at my house, and we used to walk to the bus stop together like a cute little couple. It was very sweet, very puppy lovish, you know, or so I thought. And that morning he brought me flowers. That was the first dozen of flowers that I've ever received from a boy, so I thought it was a super special moment. On our way to the bus stop, we listened to a song together, and it was Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. As he whispered in my other ear, this song's for you. And yes, my 14-year-old self was melting, and I think I wet myself. So once we would get to school, we'd go to the cafeteria, sit there, wait for the bell to ring. I came walking up with all my flowers and my letter and my teddy bear and everything that he had brought me, and I was so happy, so ecstatic, because it was my very first Valentine's Day ever. So I'm walking up with all this stuff, and everybody's just looking at me, all my friend group, and we both sit down, and I'm like, look what Ryan got for me. And everybody looks so happy for me. They all seem like, you know, like very supportive. And I had one friend who was one of my best friends, or so I thought. Let's name her Chelsea. So everybody's looking super happy, and then Chelsea just looks pissed. And I'm like, she probably doesn't have a Valentine's, even though she has a boyfriend. At this point, I'm a little confused, but you know, whatever. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was so happy. I was all over Ryan. And next thing you know, Chelsea's like,
can you guys like stop? It's really like, it's just too much. Too much.
She gets up and she walks away. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? She's probably just having a bad day. Later that weekend, we went to the movies, and he was able to take me out on a whole day. We went to dinner. It was really nice, you know. It was my first actual Valentine's Day date, and it was very sweet. So you're probably wondering, where's the flop, Sabrina? It sounds great to me. I'm getting to it. So I always had a strict household. I wasn't even allowed to have a boyfriend, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna clean up using a cleansing wipe here, just to make it look extra sharp. So I want to say about a month or two goes by, and I used to get in trouble with my dad a lot. I don't even know why, but more than 50% of the time I had my phone taken away. So I was staying after school because Ryan was going to soccer tryouts and I had to stay for a class. So we decided, let's ride the bus together. The problem is, I didn't know when he was gonna get out from soccer tryouts because I didn't even have a phone. So
it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
He gave me his phone and told me that he would call me on his phone and let me know when he was done. So I'm not thinking much about it, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I never do lashes, but I'm going to attempt. Keyword attempt. It actually doesn't look that bad. So because I'm running low, I'm using my Fit Me foundations. This one is dewy and this one is matte. This is 120 and this is 130. Let's see how this goes because I'm pretty fucking pale right now. This man literally had the audacity to give me his phone. And while I'm in my classroom doing my extra work, I get a text message on his phone. I wasn't being nosy or nothing, but I happened to see that it was a text from Chelsea. So I saw a text message from her saying, "Good luck on tryouts today, babe." And I'm like,
So I am confusion.
so at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I went into full CIA investigation mode because that's what girls do. I never knew I thought I had this trait until the moment was given. So I started to look through these texts and I started to realize, holy shit, this bitch is cheating on me with my friend. And at this point, I'm 15 years old. He's 17. I was pretty innocent at the time. I was still a virgin. And they're talking about nothing that a 15-year-old should be reading. So I start hyperventilating and I leave the classroom and I start looking through all the texts, like everything. And I saw what happened on Valentine's Day. This bitch was pissed because I was rubbing it all in her face. And later that day, after he dropped me off, and after walking me home, he went to her house. Shocker. In the text, she told him, "Sabrina's rubbing everything in my face and you don't care about me, blah, blah, blah." So after he dropped me off, he said, "I'm done dropping off Sabrina. Let me in so I could show you how I really feel." After whatever happened at her house, she said, "I love the flowers. Thank you so much." It was funny. I thought I was so special. And that's the first time I found out that men ain't shit. So I'm going back in with my concealer. I'm just gonna take my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. I love this stuff. I'm running out and I need to like restock ASAP. Now I'm just gonna contour and bronze my face because I'm looking like straight Casper right now and we don't want that. Now I'm just taking my Luminoso blush. I've used the shit out of this. It's like falling apart. I'm going under my eyes with that first shade. I'm going with this really red. It's called the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in Lady Balls.
I'm gonna put this right in the center.
Now I'm using my Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. And I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I know, throwback. And I'm just using whatever is left of these two, Bubbly and Dipping in Gold. That's basically it for this look. I hope you guys liked it and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.